Hey guys, I have had a super rough day. I tried so hard to compose myself so that I could tell you guys, but I can't, so I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be blubbering the entire video. A few days ago, I had noticed that Dulce was having a harder time getting up when he stood up, and when he stood up one time Thursday before I was getting him ready for bed and everything, and we created him at night, and I went to go give him some loving, and I told Andres, I was like, his backside looks a little thinner today than it normally does, and he was like, no, he's been eating. I mean, they get treats every single day, and like they have an automatic feeder, and he said, and I just refilled it. I mean, he's been eating, and I was like, okay, well, let's just keep an eye out on it. Friday, I mean, he seemed okay. He seemed a little plumper than he did the day before. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, oh, maybe it was like a skinny day for him or something. Saturday, in the morning, let them out to go to the bathroom, and I noticed he wasn't walking around, like he wasn't getting up and down like he normally does, and he just kind of laid out in the grass. And now that I look back and think about it, earlier in the week he was doing that too. He wasn't his like rambunctious self. And so Nin made a comment, actually. She was like, he looks skinnier today than he even did last week when I saw him. And I'm like, I know, I told Andres the same thing on Thursday, and I didn't know what was wrong. So I called to make an appointment, and he had an appointment this morning, and he just deteriorated from there. Like we went to the lake yesterday, and he was fine. He was okay. He was eating and drinking, and he was fine. He just, I don't even know what happened. He just, when we got home last night, he was okay. He came inside. He seemed to, I mean, like I said, he was eating and drinking. He didn't seem like he was in pain when we picked him up or anything, because I had told the vet, like, if anything, we would take him to the emergency vet last night. He didn't seem like he was in pain, and he was eating. He just looked really skinny, like his stomach area. He's always had a skinnier frame because he's been disabled since he was born, but his stomach area looked really thin. And yes, last night he had started kind of with diarrhea a little bit, and so I told Andres, I was like, if he doesn't make it through the night, like, we're gonna either have to go to an emergency vet or something. So I mean, he was okay. This morning he still was eating and drinking, and it didn't look like anything was sticking to him at all. And he, like, even this morning wouldn't come. Like, when we tried to get him out of the crate, he wouldn't come. He couldn't stand up. Andres went to go pick him up, and I mean, he wasn't hurting or anything. And in the car, actually, like, he seemed to be a little bit better. I mean, I don't know really what happened. So we got to the vet, and the vet said that his breathing, he was retracting. So like and the only thing I can think of is like in a baby, if you've ever seen it, if you Google retractions, you can see, like, every time they breathe, you can see their ribs. So like and sometimes they take really deep breaths, sometimes it's really quick, shallow breaths. And he was retracting, and he said that he felt like he had some sort of like mass or something. He couldn't tell what it was. And I mean, Dulce was just completely not himself. He was laying there, he was barely breathing, and I don't know what happened. The vet said that he was suffering, and we ended up putting him down. I have been bawling all morning. It's like, he was fine a few days ago. I don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, he was almost 12 years old, and he's been disabled his whole life, and I knew he was he struggled to walk and stuff, but he never showed like he was in as much pain as he did today and yesterday. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm still struggling with the decision. I mean, we were at the vet for hours trying to figure out what to do, because I have never had to put down a dog, never, or any animal for that matter, and I didn't know what to do, but he was suffering. The vet had said that like he had already, his gums had already started to go pale, like his body was shutting down on him, and he was fine. Like, we just took him to get their shots and stuff, not but just a few months ago, and he was fine, and he was a little underweight, but that's how he kind of had been his entire life because of his legs. We never really let him be like super chunky because he struggled a lot to walk, and he was fine. Like, I don't know what happened. So today's been really rough, and honestly I haven't felt like picking up the camera, and it's taken me hours to even get this composed. Like, when I came home and I saw Bella, I mean, and she like has no idea. I was hoping that the vet told us something, we could fix it somehow, like we could make things better, but there was no making it better. He just wasn't going to get better. So a piece of me just left, because we've had Dulce for almost 12 years and he was a part of the family. Like, it was really hard. I mean, and I've lost my childhood dogs, but I moved out of the house, and like Dulce was the first real thing beside Andres that I had in my life, aside from my immediate family, and he's gone, and I can't believe it. Like, just even walking out of the parking lot without him, like, I freaking boohooed the whole time. The vet gave me a hug, and the only thing I could say is like I was brave enough to sit with him, because I didn't want to be there. I couldn't see him like that, and I did though, because he needed somebody. I mean, Andres was there, but like he needed me, and I almost didn't. So anyway, that's what's happening in our world today, and I haven't told the girls yet. Like, the girls aren't home from school, and this happened early this morning right after we dropped them off at school, and I don't know, like, I knew the day would come where we probably would have to put him down, just because he did struggle and I didn't want him to suffer anymore, but I never thought it would be this hard. So anyway, I don't know how much I'll vlog today. I had a lot of plans and none of them are important. Like, none of them are even matter anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for listening. I'm sorry I did nothing but cry this entire time. I guess if you ever lost a pet, you probably totally understand where I'm coming from. And it was really even more sad because it came off of such a great weekend. Like, we had such a great family weekend. Even the dogs had a good time with the girls outside, and it's just really sad. So anyway, I'm gonna try really hard to go about my day, and if I do pull myself together, I'll see you guys later. If not, I'll just try and start fresh tomorrow. Hey guys, so it's been a long time since the last time I filmed. Today was a really rough day. I mean, I'm sure you can see it. Like, my eyes are going to be so swollen tomorrow. I've done nothing but cry on and off all day for various reasons. Like, something will hit me and I'll cry. I tried to go about my day as best I could, but it was just really rough. It was a tough day. But I wanted to thank you guys so much for all of your outpouring love, like prayers and thinking about us. I know those of you, especially those of you that have lost an animal or had to put an animal down, I know you can sympathize. Your empathy for me is just so much more than anybody else who hasn't experienced it. And unfortunately, now I've experienced it for other people. You know, my best friend Tara messaged me, and she lived with us for 3 years, and she would always be like, oh no, I don't, the dogs are fine, like they don't need to come. in my room or whatever. She wasn't really a dog person until her and her current fiance, I say current like she's had so many, but her fiance got a dog together, and she knows that love of having an animal now. And she messaged me and she was like, I never understood it and I get it now. I know how hard this is for you guys and how much your hearts are breaking. And so it's been a rough day, and I think I'll have my good and my bad moments, and I think something will just trigger it and make me cry and make me sad, and I think it'll just get easier. I know it will. So tomorrow I'm hoping I can hold it together enough to have a good day. Like I mean, I had to go to Girl Scouts with Emmy today and I didn't interact very much, and of course everyone was like, I'm so sorry, and had me boo-hooing. The whole family called and had me boo-hooing, and I didn't get to see Maddie because Emmy and I had to leave for Girl Scouts before she got home, and so I didn't get to tell her. I told Emmy, and Emmy was choked up and her eyes were swollen, like she was about to cry, and she was like, I told her that he went to doggy heaven because he was really sick and he was in a lot of pain, and she's, you know what, really brave. She was more brave than I was, and she was like, it's a really difficult losing a family member, like I'm really going to miss him, but I'm so happy that he's not in pain and he's not suffering. Like, she was such a big girl about it, and I'm like, man, like an 8-year-old can come to that realization quicker than a 31-year-old mom. Like, I don't know if it was because I had more of a connection with him, like I've had him longer. He was the first real member of our family besides me and Andres, you know, and like it just was really, it was rough. But I mean, she was sad, but it's like she came real quick to the realization that like, he's in a better place, mommy, it'll be okay, you know. And I'm just so in awe of her that it just melts my heart. So then I didn't get to tell Maddie. Andres told Maddie, and she called me on the phone and she was like, I'm really sad, mommy, Dulce is gone, he's in doggy heaven. Which is ironic because her and Dulce had a very harsh relationship. She would get used to him, and then one day she'd have a really bad day and be afraid of him being in her face, and then she'd be fine, and then she'd be afraid again. Like, she had a roller coaster of emotions with him. And so honestly, I didn't think of the whole family that it would bother her. And she's also known him, aside from Autumn, the least amount of time. But 4 years is still a really long time to have a dog, you know, and probably at least a year or two of her remembering. And so I really didn't think it would affect her. When she got home, like when we got home from the Girl Scout meeting and she got home, she said, mommy, daddy told me that Dulce went to doggy heaven. And I said, he did, mama. He was really sick, you know. He was suffering, like his body was not working right. And she was like, I know. And then she's like, and at least we still have Bella. And I said, you're right, we still have Bella. We have to give her extra attention because she's missing her sibling. Like, that's all she's ever known. She's never been without him, and that's really hard. And so I told her, I said, yeah, we have to give her a little extra attention because I don't want her to die of a broken heart. Like, that's the last thing that I want. I want her to know that she still has somebody to lean on, even if it's not Dulce. Like, I always thought Dulce would be fine without Bella, but Bella would never be fine without Dulce. And so unfortunately we've hit that reality, and I just really hope and pray that we give her enough love and affection and attention that she's okay and she doesn't starve herself, or, you know, we wake up and find her gone too. And so I just told her, I was like, we have to, you know, give her extra attention. She's like, yeah, like give her treats and stuff. And I said, but are you okay? And she's like, yeah. And she said, mommy, I said, yeah. And she's like, I feel like I'm going to cry. And I was like, it's okay to cry. She said, I really miss Dulce. And she started bawling, and oh my god, I just lost it. I was like, I said, I know, Mama, I really miss Dulce too. And she's like, is it okay to cry? And I said, it's okay to cry. It's okay. You can miss him. I said, and we can look at pictures. We can look at video. We can look at whatever you want so that you can say hi to him. And she's like, okay. Never in a million years did I think she was going to do that. Honestly, I did not ever think that. And I mean, even Andres, and he's not even a super emotional person, he's had a few breakdowns today, and he's, you know, like, all I can think about is Dulce. And it was just a really rough day. A really rough day. And what kind of stunk about it even more is that it followed an amazing weekend. Like, all these surprises, all these great events. And then here comes Monday, and we had to do, like, one of the hardest things I feel like we've had to do ever, you know. And I just, so I can't wait to go to sleep and wake up tomorrow a fresh day, and we'll get his ashes back. We got him privately cremated and got an urn, and I don't know what it's gonna look like, and I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but at least I have it. So anyway, I gotta go before I keep crying, but I know, like I said, it'll get easier, and every day it'll feel better, and I'll be able to cope with it a little bit more, and his memory will always be there, but he's not suffering. That's the biggest thing. Is like, I feel selfish because I want him to be here, but he was in pain, and it just wasn't fair to keep him alive and keep him suffering just for us, you know. So I'll be okay. This is my only outlet. This is like the only, I've got to talk about it, but not like openly, and so it makes me feel good. So thank you guys for listening. I really do have so much to do this week, and so I'm gonna try really hard. I work at H&R Block tomorrow, and I'm gonna try really hard to get back on a routine and go to the gym and get some stuff done so that I feel like I'm not just a bump on a log the whole week. And I'm gonna try really hard. So hopefully that's the case. But anyway, I'm going to call it a vlog here. I'm so sorry that today was nothing but me crying, and just, I had a really rough day, and like, I know you guys are there for me, and it makes me feel better. So anyway, thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can put on a braver face for the majority of the day. So I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.